is to go full-time in your coaching business. However, every time you sit down to actually work on your coaching business and to build it out, you suddenly remember all the tasks, all the things that you have to get done. And so you're easily distracted and you're actually procrastinating from actually executing the needle movers in your business. And this is exactly what happens when your nervous system is dysregulated and your belief system blocks are not resolved. And this is why I help my clients to do just that. I help my clients to not only build out their business with a solid blueprint, but also to establish the firm foundation of belief systems that's required that actually controls 95% of your actions, right? So a quick example of this would be maybe you plan to sit down and really flesh out your 4-figure offer, your premium offer. You're tired of piecing together random sessions. And so you're like, you know what? I'm going to just create an offer. You sit down to do it, but then suddenly you're like, oh my gosh, you know what? I forgot that I had to deep clean the fridge, or I forgot I had to do laundry, or I forgot I had to run this errand, or whatever the case may be. Like there's so many different distractions, or maybe you're like, you know what? Let me actually tweak my sales page instead. And so you find yourself like being distracted, and it's not your fault. It just isn't your fault. It's just your nervous system really trying to protect you from a fear of failure or fear of pressure or added stress or added responsibility. I'm going to jump into in today's episode of the Daily Dose. I'm going to be breaking down how you are to focus, how to focus your coaching business and finally go full time. And so the reason why I was just like, this is such an awesome topic to talk about is because I see it so often. As a homeschooling mom, I'm reminded that like my daughter, whenever it's time to really sit down and focus in on her schoolwork, my daughter will come up with all the things. She'll remember like, you know, a story she had to tell me, or she'll ask me random questions about random things, or she'll run to the refrigerator to get a snack. But the moment we just sit down and focus on the assignment, on whatever subject we're doing in that time, once she sits down, once she has me to guide her and sit down with her, she literally flies through it. Like my daughter is so brilliant, and so are you. She's so brilliant. But the moment that she just focuses, she flies through her homeschooling lesson for the day. And the same with you, and the same with the clients that I get to serve. The clients that I get to serve, these women are brilliant. They are brilliant. And it's just a matter of just focusing on the needle moving activities in your business. Okay. And so for those of you who are not familiar with me, my name is Janel Ranée. I help you to transition into coaching full time without chasing clients, without self-sabotaging, or without having to sacrifice time with your family. And so the Daily Dose is actually an acronym for Daily Divine Overflow of Spirit-Led Empowerment, where I empower you, equip you, and encourage you on your journey of entrepreneurship. And I'm so excited to get into today's episode on how to focus your coaching business and finally go full time. And I do have a question for you. In which area of your business are you lacking focus? I want you to really sit with that journal prompt and really do a deep dive, right? Do the inner work to really think and unlock, like, what is it? Where am I lacking focus? Is it the offer? Do you have a solid coaching offer? Are you proud of your offer? Is it an offer that you're in love with, that you are excited to sell, and that people actually are more excited to buy? Is it your offer? Is it your marketing? Is it when you show up to like sit down and create content? Like, is the focus just lacking in that area? Because marketing is truly the heartbeat of your business, right? And so once you have your offer that you're in love with, you're going to have the drive and the motivation and the belief behind your offer to show up and market it, right? And so it's so important to really focus in on how you're marketing, how you're showing up, how you're positioning your offer, who are you speaking to when you're showing up, because you don't want to speak to blog clients, you want to speak to your best clients. And so marketing is extremely important. Or is your lack of focus maybe in the sales area, right? Do you have some subconscious beliefs, some subconscious belief blocks or money blocks when it comes to selling? Are you feeling like selling for you? Are you uncomfortable with selling? Are you feeling like selling is sleazy, or are you discounting your price when it comes to like really putting yourself out there and putting your price tag out there, your premium 4-figure offer? Or do you lack focus in maybe the area of just systemizing your sales flow so that it's simple and not all scattered, right? Because if you don't have a solid, simplified sales funnel, your sales will be they will not be consistent, right? It's like you need a flow. You need a funnel that actually pulls in consistent four-figure sales consistently in your business to keep your business thriving so that you can transition into coaching full-time. And so for you, for full-time freedom, it requires focus. Okay, so that is the acronym that we're going to be jumping into today. Focus. For you to get full-time freedom in coaching, you need to focus. Focus on particular areas in your business. And so the first area that we'll talk about is the F is to frame your offer. Frame your offer. So stop scattering one-off sessions. Create just craft one premium framework and put it inside of your signature offer, a premium signature offer. And this becomes your anchor. This becomes your North Star. This is where you're leading all of your traffic to, right? So this is your main core offer. This is going to be your premium offer. And this is where we start. Inside of my coaching program, Business by Belief, this is exactly how I teach my clients the blueprint. And I call this the eagle effect, where we don't scatter. So I did a live recently about the concept that the Lord even showed, the way the Lord revealed it to me is we're not like pigeons, right? The women that I call in, we are elevated, we're queens, we're royalty. So we are not like pigeons. I grew up in New York, so that's the way that the Lord showed it to me. It's like pigeons, they're flocking, they're scarcity mindset, they're pecking at like the bottom, like just pretty much hustling every day, trying to getting by day to day. Versus the eagle flies high, the eagle soars, the eagle has a clear vision. And so I call this the eagle effect. This is the first step inside of my 3-step CPR framework that I help my clients to really build and scale their coaching businesses with. And so the first step is crafting your premium offer. This is your North Star. This is the vision. This is the eagle effect, where we're aiming high. We're aiming high and we're soaring. We're not on the bottom level pecking at little freebies or trying to lure people in with freebies or bouncing between like workshops and all these things, trying to hustle our way in. No. We have a simplified sales funnel that's all leading to this one premium offer, one premium high ticket offer. Okay, so you want to frame your offer. This is the first step. Frame your offer, create one premium offer that is your North Star that you're leading everyone to. So instead of bouncing between DMs and Canva freebies and $97 workshops, you sit down once and map out your 4-figure offer. And this is the first thing we do, okay? And so now the O in the FOCUS acronym is to own your messaging. This is literally done in module 2 of the Business by Belief Accelerator. This is the second phase where you're owning your messaging, right? So instead of tweaking templates, right? Tweaking templates won't get you clients. They won't. And so what does is story selling. I teach this in detail. So I just did it in the beginning of this video, if you just noticed. So I took a personal experience. My daughter, literally, I just get ideas, spark ideas. This is why I'm able to show up so consistently. And I never run out of ideas because I just pull it from my everyday life. I just shared with you how my daughter, in her homeschool experience, I can literally see her doing it because I have that trained eye to notice nervous system dysregulation or just wanting to procrastinate or wanting to delay because subconsciously you don't want to do the work. You just don't want to do that hard work, right? But it's really not hard. It just requires focus. And so I just shared that. Like I shared story selling. I took my daughter's experience and now I'm selling with my framework. I'm literally taking that experience, relating it back to how you show up in your business and showing you now how my offer is going to help you, right? And so you're going to do the same thing. regardless of what it is that your offer is, you're going to be able to take random everyday stuff and be able to just sell from that. It just becomes natural. It just becomes natural. And so this is what we do. We story sell because stories speak to the subconscious mind and people connect to you more in depth with stories, right? Because sales is really emotionally driven. So when people can see themselves in your story, they can see themselves in your journey, and they can see the metaphoric picture that you're painting with that analogy. They can see it so much clearer. And so this is why stories really sell. And this is what I teach in depth inside of the Business by Belief Accelerator, the second phase. So instead of scrolling for hours, looking for inspo, right? Imagine just pulling simple moments from your life and turning it into a post that gets DMs, right? That people actually reach out, they actually apply. They actually click on the link and apply for your offer. You see, this is what happens when you're able to show up and just pull content just from everyday inspiration, everyday simple moments that you're living. Everything is content. And it's just so beautiful to be able to do this. It's so fun. It makes it fun. It makes it so much fun. You're like, oh, I can connect this to this. Like, you know, it's just so fun, but it's truly a skill that you just learn. And it's really simple. I teach it in depth inside of my coaching program. Okay, so that is the O, own your message. Okay, own your message. So we're going to move on to the C. The C is create your funnel. All right, so hustle without a simplified sales system equals exhaustion. And so if you continue to just hustle, like I was sharing before, and you're just jumping from, you know, thing to thing, and you have no clear systemized sales funnel, you're going to lead yourself to exhaustion. You're going to lead yourself to burnout. Recently, I did a workshop, and so I met this woman in the workshop who says that her coach literally has been telling her to go into people's DMs, pretty much hustling in people's DMs constantly. And that was her only method for sales. I'm like, okay, are you getting email addresses? No. She's like, oh no, my coach never told me to do that. So you're just relying on social media? She's just like, yeah. I'm like, yeah. She's like, but she literally was just like, I can see like how it's going to lead to burnout. Like she can see it. I was like, girl, you need to come on over on this side. Come on over on this side, because we do simplicity scales, complexity fails. Like simple, like the kingdom of God is just very simple. It's very simple. The more simpler you can get your offer, the more simpler you can create your sales flow, is the much faster it's going to scale with ease. Because if it's too complicated, it's going to be too heavy, too much effort. Your subconscious is just like, I don't want to do this. You're going to resent your business. And so you want a simplified sales funnel that actually brings in consistent clients. All right. Without having to hustle, without chasing clients. We're not doing that. And so the C is create your funnel. And so instead of refreshing your inbox waiting for a sale, you're cooking dinner and ping, just like that, an application arrives because your funnel is flowing. Your funnel is finally flowing. And there's no better feeling. Like this just happened to me last night, where I'm cooking dinner, I'm listening to a service, and I'm cooking dinner, and ping, ping. And yesterday morning, I'm constantly getting pings for my workshop or applications. It's like you want to create a simplified sales funnel. You want to create a funnel that just flows. So you're not hustling. You just show up with ease because you have the back end all funnelized, you have it all automated, and you have a flow that just works for you and your schedule. All right. And so that is the C, create your funnel. For you to focus, for you to get to your full-time freedom, it requires focus. And so that is the C, create your funnel. And so one of the things that I love most about my business and my offer and just coaching women, the beautiful women that I get to serve, what I love the most is this part. This part just it drives me. Yes, I'm going to give you the blueprint. I'm going to give you the breakdown. I'm going to give you the strategy, but that's just the 5%. Unlock your beliefs. This is the U. Unlock your beliefs. Fear of failure, rejection, judgment, pressure, responsibility, and success stalls your momentum. And so I love the light bulb moments, like when my clients' eyes just like lighten up because they got the revelation, they got that insight, they got the wisdom like that they needed in the moment. They got that realization. Like that's what pulls me. That's what drives me. And I love it. I love these light bulb moments because it's like they'll realize like, whoa, I didn't even realize that it was my fear of rejection because, and then we trace it back. And so I have a framework that I use. It's called the root system. And in the root system, we actually go to the origin of the seed, right? So the origin, why is it that you're doing the behaviors that you're doing, right? Because why are you getting the results you're getting? It's because of your belief system. But it's not even the conscious beliefs, right? It's not you intentionally, you want to go full time in your coaching business. You want to grow your business. So consciously, you want that. But subconsciously, there are fears. Subconsciously, there are blocks. And this is what I love. This is the part that I love, to go to the root, get to the bottom of why it is. What are those beliefs that you're believing that you're not even aware that you're believing? They're below your level of awareness. And so when I can bring that up to the surface level and you're like, oh my gosh, I didn't even realize that I was battling a fear of rejection. This is why I've been procrastinating. This is why instead of going live, I've been folding laundry. My nervous system is trying to protect me. This is the work I get to do, right? And so these beliefs often are stemmed from your childhood. Maybe you were bullied. Maybe you were told you weren't enough. Maybe you were teased. Maybe you were ridiculed. Maybe you had a family member that constantly judged you. And so you felt rejected. So now your body is trying to protect you. And so you hesitate to launch because what if nobody buys? That's a thought that comes up. Or you discount your offer because what if the price is too high? Both sabotage your sales. When you have beliefs that think, what if no one buys? Or what if my price is too high? If you're thinking, what if nobody buys? Like that is exactly the results you're going to see. It's just scientifically proven. It's neuroscience. Like whatever you focus on, that is what's going to grow in your life. That is what's going to actually manifest in your life. So if you believe subconsciously or even consciously, you're thinking, what if no one buys? You're training your brain to just focus on all of the people who are not buying instead of just switching that thought, switching it and be like, how wonderful is it going to be? I am so excited for the woman that's going to buy today. I'm so excited for the woman who's going to sign today. She's going to change her life. She's going to transform her business. Every morning, this is what I think. I'm so excited for her. I'm not excited for me and the sale. No. I'm excited for her because I know the moment she comes into the Business by Belief Accelerator, I'm telling you, not only is her business going to flourish, she's going to elevate as a person. She's going to dissolve all these limiting beliefs that has been sabotaging her success. Like she's going to flourish. She's literally going to accelerate in her business and in her life. She's going to level up so much. And so I'm excited for her. I show up and I market and I sell every day because I'm excited for you. I'm excited for you to get inside of this accelerator so that within 6 months, your business is well-oiled. You have a simplified sales funnel that's bringing in clients consistently so you can finally go full-time in your coaching business. I know that desire. I remember working my 9 to 5, or not even a 9 to 5. It was a 12 to 12 for me as a nurse. And so I would be away from my children for 13 hours. So I know what that's like to want to be able to go full-time so you can be more present with your children while still getting paid. I know what that is like. And that's why it's my mission to allow other women to be able to have this opportunity that I have, because I'm just so grateful for it. And I really want so much other women, especially Kingdom women, to feel this, to be able to walk this life. It's a beautiful, beautiful path. And so that's why I do what I do. I'm just so excited. And I love this part. I love the mindset part. I love the belief part, the embodiment part, and the really getting to the roots of these beliefs that are just blocking you, because this is where the fruit is. Like, this is where you truly see the difference. All right, so that's the U. So now the final letter is the S, which is to stabilize your nervous system. So once your belief, so your automatic nervous system is controlled by your subconscious beliefs. Okay, your subconscious mind controls your automatic nervous system. And so once we get to the roots and the belief system, now you're able to now stabilize your nervous system. So no more spiraling before going live, before selling, or before like hitting post. Maybe sometimes you're like, I want to go live. This used to happen to me, where I used to want to go live and I would be so afraid that I was going to make a mistake. It would take me forever to go live. Like, I would plan it out in the day to say, okay, it would be Tuesdays. Tuesdays I used to go live. I used to do one live a week, and it was Testimony Tuesdays is where I started. And I would literally go live like sometimes midnight. It would take me all day. It would take me hours because I was so scared. Now it's just like, we're live, and I look forward to it. I'm actually really excited. I love going live. I just love going live because I just don't want to deal with the editing. So that's just me. But this wasn't me. This wasn't me before. And so I'm just so grateful for the work that I get to do, that I've done on myself, and now that I'm able to help other women do. And the same for selling. I was so afraid to sell. I had so much limiting belief blocks when it came to money. And I just didn't think anyone would pay me the 4-figure prices that I was charging. And so I literally would discount my pricing. This is why I can speak to these things, because I've lived it and I've been able to do the work to overcome it. So now I help my clients to do the same. And so I would be so afraid to sell. Like, I would just want to, and then I would want to like give it away. And then I had to realize, like, no, like, people who pay attention. And the more you pay, the more you pay attention. My coach, Myron Golden, says that. So it's like, the more you pay, the more you pay attention. And the Bible even says it, like, where your heart is, your treasure is there also. Or where your treasure is, that's where your heart is as well. So it's like, you have to, you got to put some skin in the game. And so for me, discounting my offer is actually doing a disservice for my clients. It's not serving them at all. It's not. It's calling them higher when you charge higher. It just is. They'll value a $20 workshop versus a free workshop. They'll value it more because they paid $20. They'll show up. They'll watch it because they paid for it, right? And so this is the work. This is stabilizing your nervous system, and really doing the work in real time. So in real time, I have a safe protocol that I teach my clients and that I use myself. So instead of sweating through visibility, you use regulation tools. So my regulation tool is my safe protocol. You breathe, you show up grounded. Your body feels safe to grow. And so this is doing the work in real time, learning how to work with your body, learning how to ground your body, to get your body back into a sense of safety, because your brain is just wired to really protect you. Your brain is wired to preserve energy, to seek pleasure, and to keep you safe. Right? And so that is the triad of the brain. And so one of its function is to keep you safe. And so if it feels like you're in danger by going live or by selling, if it feels like you're going to be rejected or judged or ridiculed or whatever, to keep you safe, your brain's going to protect you. It's going to ultimately self-sabotage you because you haven't done the work to get to the roots. All right. And you don't know how to regulate yourself in real time. And so this is how you go into full-time coaching freedom. It requires the focus. All right. And this is how you focus. And this is what I help you to do inside of the Business by Belief Accelerator. So I want to encourage you to just comment belief or just click the link in my description to apply for the Business by Belief Accelerator if you know this is exactly what you need to transition into coaching full-time. You need to focus. For you to get to full-time coaching, you need to focus, okay? And I'm going to recap this one more time. The F is frame your offer. That is step one. This is the eagle effect. We aim for that one core, solid signature premium offer. All roads lead to this 4-figure offer, whether it be $5,000, $6,000, $9,000, or it could be even a 5K offer, whatever. It could be 10K, right? But everything leads to this premium offer. So frame your offer, own your messaging. I work with my clients to master your messaging. Okay, you need to master your messaging. You need to know who you're talking to. How are you serving them? Right? How can you pull from your everyday experiences and create story selling content so you never run out of ideas and you're actually selling to the subconscious minds of your clients? This is a skill, right? And I teach you how to do that. And so this is how you are able to generate consistent sales, because not only are you showing up and you're selling through stories, but now you're actually, the C is create your funnel. You create a funnel. So you show up at the top of your funnel, you're selling stories, selling content, you're connecting with people, converting them. You bring them into your funnel. You get them off of social media. Okay. And then while we're doing these things, right? We created your offer, we're magnetizing your marketing message, and we are creating your simplified sales funnel. While we're doing all of that, simultaneously, we are unblocking your beliefs. That is the U, unblocking your beliefs, because your business will only grow to the extent of your belief system and your body safety. And so you can have all the strategies. I'm going to give you the blueprint. We're going to map it all out. But if you do not get to the core, rooted, deep beliefs, the inner beliefs that are driving 95% of your actions, that's controlling 95% of your automatic nervous system, this is the work. This is the true work. This is where you're going to see the results. It's in your belief system. And this is why I'm so passionate about what I get to do. And this is why it's called Business by Belief. Yes, you're going to have the blueprint, but it requires belief. It's 95% belief. It's your core beliefs, your inner beliefs. Your inner beliefs create your outer reality. All right. And then finally, the S is stabilize your nervous system. Your automatic nervous system is going to want to kick in and say, nope, we're not safe. We're not going live. We're not doing that. It's not safe. It's not safe to be visible. It's not safe to sell, because then you're going to possibly be rejected. This is why regulating, stabilizing your nervous system is so important. And as a nurse turned business coach, I'm so grateful that I've been able to take my nursing skills and brought it into business coaching, because this is what's going to drive sales. When you don't show up and you start to hide and procrastinate, and you're doing all the things, you're in Canva all day, you're tweaking your website all day, you're working on the back ends, the emails and all the back end stuff, you're good with all that. But when it comes to showing up and marketing your business and getting visible, this is where you shy away. So this is the work. We have to stabilize your nervous system in real time. And we do that with my SAFE protocol, so that you show up confidently and boldly. Okay. And so this is how to focus your coaching business and finally go full time. This is how you do it. All right. This is exactly how you do it. I pray that this has been a blessing to you. I'm going to see you tomorrow for another episode of the Daily Dose. But before I go, I'm going to tell you, just as God told me, put one foot in front of the other, step out on faith, and trust God for the next step. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.